We're reading on zodiac signs for the next 2 months, January and February of 2024. We're doing love right now for Taurus. If you want to see the general and career for Taurus, head to the link in my bio and head over to my TikTok, and there's a folder for zodiac sign readings. Now let's get to shuffling. Can I see Taurus and love? Taurus and love. Taurus and love. Taurus and love, please. Taurus and love. Okay. All right. Taurus and love. Taurus and love. Oh. Okay. So again, this reading is for Taurus. So Taurus, there's a theme with your general and career that is spilling over into your love as well. And first things first is about being balanced with your emotions and being balanced in your sensitivity. It's coming through that you're a very sensitive person, but you may have an issue with expressing that sensitivity. You're very authentic as a person and being around them, but when it comes to being around people, but when it comes to your emotions, you don't express authentically. There can be a little bit of you trying to soften the blow. It's basically like, I don't know, you were maybe taught to prioritize other people's feelings before your own, and you have a lot of power to you, and sometimes when you express, okay, so I'm seeing two things. You either lash out and it's too harsh, or you basically like let people do things, or you're trying to cater to other people. Again, it's that balance thing with you for January and February. Maybe in general, but this is what I'm seeing for January and February. You've got to come to balance with that and find a way to do it in a moderate, metered way, and to do it with more ease. And I think if you stop letting things boil over and start expressing more regularly, then you won't hit that point where you're expressing in a way that's not as constructive. Because again, your energy is so powerful. You're such a powerful person. Your energy is like booming when people are around you, is what I'm seeing, at least for whoever this collective is. And your thoughts are thoughtful, your words are impactful, and your actions have meaning. But when it's positive, it's very positive. When it's negative, it's very negative. So you've got to find a balanced way to exist, because again, your presence is so much, it's so strong, and having that gift of power and impact and influence, you have to use it wisely. So that requires you to be more aware of yourself. Unfortunately, right, with great power comes great privilege and responsibility. So they're calling you to be more aware of yourself. So in life and in love, to be more aware. And it's like that awareness is a challenge for you. And you may have a mindset that things are always hard or always wrong or always bad for you. And maybe they are hard for you. But again, that power, right? When you're manifesting such strong things. Sometimes the effects are more strong than people who live, boring, mediocre lives. You have, I don't know why that, maybe you're like, I'm going to live a grand life. I don't know why I said it like that. But it's like, if hard, painful, or difficult things are happening for you, you've got to find a way to become more self-aware and bring more ease to yourself. Because, like I said, when it's almost like you're powerful, right? Like thinking of gladiators, like, if someone with no muscle throws a ball against the wall, it's not going to have much effect. But if someone with a lot of strength throws a ball against the wall, there could be a hole in the concrete, right? So I'm getting that sense with you is like, your energy is very big. Even if you might be more silent, your energy just has a huge impact. So, and maybe there's things that are challenging your gratitude, because I just felt something, but whatever it is, they're challenging you to still find gratitude, even if things are going wrong. Because again, when the way your energy moves, it has a snowball effect. So for you, you have to be a little more conscious, is just the way it is. There's also a thing about wanting things in the timing that you want them in, but there's divine timing, and they're calling you to be patient. This is supposed to be the love portion, but maybe in general, or maybe it's, the type of relationships you're having, or whatever it is, and it carries over from the other part of your reading. So this feels like it maybe flows through all of your life, but you have to allow things to happen in the time they're supposed to, and let things and people and places be what they are. Unfortunately, like, life is what it is sometimes, and we can't always control it even as much as we want to. So there's healing there that needs to be done. And then being able to express yourself. Before I go into the love partnership, I wanted to see a little bit more. So there's something that you lost, or you're feeling like you lost because of what's showing. There's unseen things that you can't understand, which sucks, right? Because no one wants to hear that, especially when things don't go wrong. You're like, that just pisses me off, Miyoko. I don't want to fucking hear that, right? Like, why me? Why did this have to happen? I don't know. But it's showing that there's something unseen. Okay. So there's some options in terms of learning, and depending on how deep into esoteric knowledge you are, you might understand timelines, and we have the ability to send our consciousness into timelines. Our higher self can in an instant pave out a timeline, and that timeline doesn't work, and sometimes we shut that timeline down from our higher self's perspective, which sucks because you're in this body and you're like, I wanted that, or I wanted this, and it didn't happen. So there's a little bit of that going, but I don't know what the lesson is here. They needed to take you out of something. There's something you were sitting in that they needed to take you out of, and it's almost like they had to push you. I don't know why or how, and I'm sorry if that feels unfair, because I feel the energy of like frustration as I'm saying that. I felt frustration. So there's a thing that you need to learn in terms of your journey here on earth. What ease is, how to exist in ease and balance. So that translates to life, love, and maybe for you, love is the energy of love and not directed at a specific person, or maybe this is attached to something that you love or wanted to love or you're losing love for, but there's something about that. And remembering you're worthy, just because the environment around you isn't signaling love or ease or everything that you think it should be, doesn't mean you don't have that and you're not deserving of it. So there's another challenge for you to see yourself as deserving everything, regardless of what happened or what's going on around you. It's almost like, funny, the stubbornness I mentioned in the first part. You need to use that, because that's it could be one of your weaknesses, but in some cases it could be one of your strengths. In most cases, right? And in this case, they want you to use that as your strength, to be stubborn and be like, no, I deserve this, right? Whatever this is that you really want and is somehow you lost or is not working out for you the way you want it to. Oh, but once you master this part, everything moves so quickly for you and things line up and you have this joy. And Ten of Cups is like fulfillment. It's like, yes, everything goes the way I want it to. So just know that it's coming, okay? As long as you do this inner work that you're being called to right now. Okay, give me relationship. Those are the Taurus who are in relationships. Oh, baby. So you've got to work on your mindset. And again, they're bringing up the speed. Whether you want your relationship to transform or change or move in a different direction or a different speed, that's the mind. And again, they're asking you to come into self-acceptance, to accept what's here in the moment and to celebrate what there is to celebrate. What do you mean with people in relationships? You might have some conflict in your relationships, or you might think something is hidden, or you can't see something, or what is this? Oh, okay, so maybe tangibly it's not looking the way you want it to just yet, or this feels general. So sometimes it feels very specific, and it feels like different things for different people. Like for some of you, it's like, it doesn't look the way you want it to in 3D, how your relationship is going, or it's not ideal. Something is not going the way you want it to, and you want that to change, or you want to move it along. Or for some of you, it's like not love in the embodiment of a person, even though I asked for a relationship, but it's like how you're viewing love and how you're weighing it in your mind, and that perspective needs to shift. You're so used to planning, and you can't plan for everything that your heart can desire. You can move yourself in direction toward what you want, but fulfillment, it's a tricky thing, right? Wish fulfillment is a tricky thing. Something you wish for might look different than you thought it would. So you got to let go of control. Any last bits for the relationship, people? Okay, no. Okay, now for the singles. What's the advice for the singles? Thank you. Okay. You feel like this thing hasn't come together for you, but you need to stay, for the Taurus who are single, in this receiving, receptive, self-giving energy. Yeah, stay in the sweetness, stay in enjoying yourself. Marinate in the vibration of what you want and stop expecting it to come in a timeline that you desire it to come in. So you're not trying to control this timeline, basically. Because trying to control keeps you trapped in a narrative of like when and how you're not successful. And then that's the vibration you emit, and then that's what you're radiating, right? So you've got to just stay in this enjoyment energy. And what is life if you're not enjoying it just for yourself? Like, I don't know. But that's the priority you've got to be for the single Tauruses. You have a little bit of a challenge with, which we just read on, right? Finding the happiness in the small moments. But again, this choice and this power is if you can sit in that vibration, then you can line up with success, because your success is tied to that, what the vibration you're pushing out is. For whoever's in this Taurus group that is seeing this video, that is true for you. You are a powerful creator, and not everyone is. So you have to be more deliberate with your energy, but that's likely what your soul set you up for, if this is what I'm seeing so strongly. Okay, and okay. You also need to, like, you deserve to have it, not because of XYZ, just because you do. And then when you understand that and you line up with that, then it can come. But it's like, again, because you teeter, you're getting a little bit hung up. Yeah, so you gotta just reflect a little bit more on that. Okay, and what about love? So, okay, I'm getting a little bit too much like you're future-oriented. You want clarity into how things are going to happen, but you don't get that. You don't get that's right. Like, none of us really do. We're trying, even here, you and I doing this tarot reading, but, you have 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles on offer to you, but it's about how you energetically line up with it. You've got to overcome the, like, blockages in terms of what healthy partnership looks like, what you expect people to treat you as, how things are going to be. So you just got a little bit of self-reflecting work to do here. Can I see anything else that might be coming for them in January, February? So you got to work. So there's, looks like for you, the next 2 months is going to be about focusing on yourself, focusing on your internal self, your abilities independently. It's not as fun to hear something's coming in, but like, that's what I'm getting for you guys. This came out in the first, that warrior energy. Again, you're a fighter, you're strong, but how are you using that energy in terms of love? Do you feel safe? If you feel safe, you don't have to be defensive, right? You're able to exist with that calm and that ease. So you've got to learn how to embody that safety and that worthiness. Not like you're unworthy, because again, I saw that you have so much confidence, but it's like when things go badly, then you're like, everything is bad, but it's not like that. And you've got to accept that things can happen in magical ways. You can manifest in ways that you don't understand, because if you're so practical and tangible and you tell the universe it can only happen XYZ way and you create that structure, then that's what you're limiting yourself to. So that is going to be your challenge to overcome in the coming times. I'm going to take one from this deck. Love for Taurus, please. Love for Taurus. Love for Taurus. Love for Taurus. Thank you. Stay optimistic about your love life. So again, your thing is big on where your mindset's at and what direction you're pointing your energy. Best of luck, Taurus.